Hi, Jim Brulé here with a very short story for you today. This is a story from the Jewish tradition of the community of Chelm. Now, you may not have heard of them, but they're a community of wise fools, kind of like Nasrudin or Joha or any of the number of wise fools that we find around the cultures of this planet. This is a short story, and it has one word in it that you need to know. It's mikveh. And mikveh is the ritual bathhouse that every community has, that every Jewish community has. And that's really all you need to know. That and the fact that Chelm is out in the middle of nowhere. So, one night in Chelm, Yitzhak was asleep, deeply asleep in his bed. It was dark, dark night, and all of a sudden he was awakened by a large sound. At first, he thought it was just one clang, but then there was another clang, and something was going on, and he heard voices calling. He didn't know what to do. He jumped out of bed and tried to clear his head, and he realized the voices were crying out fire. Well, there's only one thing to do when there's a fire, and he threw on his clothes as fast as he could, pulled up his boots, and went running out to run to the well, get a bucket, and throw it on the fire, wherever the fire happened to be. And as he's running to the well, he sees that it's the mikveh that's on fire. He's in the building. He grabs his bucket, he fills it with water, and goes running over to the fire to throw it on the fire. And he says to the fellow standing next to him, "Thank God that the mikveh's on fire." Ren looks at him. "What do you mean? The mikveh's on fire, thank God." "Well, it's the middle of the night. If the mikveh wasn't on fire, how would we see what we were doing?" That's the story. Now, I used to use that story as one of a collection of stories about Chelm that are light and cheerful and make you laugh. And then I discovered, through the help of one of my students, that there's a lot more to these stories. How often do we encounter fires in our lives, obstacles, problems, drama? And we wouldn't wish them on anyone. We don't want them for ourselves. But there might be a little bit of good in the middle of it. Now, that's not to say that we run out and light buildings on fire in the middle of the night so we can see. But when that does happen, maybe we can draw something of use from it. Maybe we can learn something. Again, not to say that's the reason for the drama or the fire or the obstacle or whatever it is. But maybe if we leave room for that little bit of light to come in, we'll see something we hadn't seen before. Thanks.